Hey everybody, it is the 27th of April 2026. Hope you're doing well. This is just a real brief update. After a long time waiting, I finally took the time today to drive my 67 up to Boerne, Texas, Boerne. It's a suburb of San Antonio. I'd found a body shop last summer there called Matas, M-A-T-A-S, and it was just pure luck that I found it. The guy had a 63 Lincoln parked out front that he'd gone through himself. It was beautiful. So I decided to stop last summer, and he told me to make an appointment sometime to bring the car to him, and I finally did that this year, quite a bit later, because I've been saving my pennies, because I know it's not going to be cheap doing the body work on the car. But at least I finally got the car there, and I'm super impressed with this guy. He's very sharp, and he's been doing this for a while. He's got 9 employees that work for him. He showed me several projects that got going on, and man, they look gorgeous. So just to recap, looking at my car, let's see, here we go. I started with with this front bashed up fender here, and I showed him the pictures of the spares. The spare I bought 2.5 years ago that I've got in my shop right now. He said, yep, they could do that. And so that would be one part of the project. It's going to be done in phases as I save the money up to pay for them, because I'm not going to do anything on credit. So I wanted to get an idea of where to start. So I'm about halfway to where I need to be to start on the rear of the car, which is what he suggested because of the damage that happened at the back here where the car was hit, pushed in over here, and there's also damage inside the bumper that you can't see with the bumper on, where the car had taken a pretty hard hit. So he said, and because this deck lid came from a car that was not hit from the back, and that's why it doesn't fit properly on this car, even though I managed to get it to close, he said he recommends we start with the framework first in the back of the car, which would be the most expensive part of the project. And he gave me an estimate. He said it would probably take about a week, 40 hours to properly straighten everything out and get the trunk lid to close properly, that kind of stuff, and then get started on the body work. He says this panel is repairable, even though it's got body filler and stuff in it right now. He says he looked underneath and inside the trunk and said, definitely repairable. So that's where I'm gonna start. And I'm hoping in about 3 months, I might be able to cobble together enough cash that I can finally get that taken care of, maybe middle of the summer. So that would be the first big project. And after that, I would concentrate on the front fender replacement, which they can do. They know how to do all the welding and cutting and all that kind of stuff. And he told me, because I asked him, what if I do some of the labor? Will that save me any money? Because everything they do is, by the hour charges. And he said, yeah, so I'll do things when that time comes, which probably won't be until next year. But the big things I'll do are pulling out the dash myself and taking some stuff out from under the hood that would be in the way, taking out the splash shield from in here. Anything I can do that, that they don't have to do saves me money from labor and stuff. So, and of course, if I pull the dash out, I probably have to tow the car there. I won't be able to drive it there. But with the framework in the back, I would be able to drive it there. So that'd be a little bit easier on me. And then it's just, those are the 2 big areas, and that would include replacing this front header panel. He said the work to replace that fender and this front header panel would be less expensive than straightening the frame out and fixing the stuff in the back, which I guess kind of makes sense. And then just the minor stuff on the side here. I know it's kind of dark, but a little bit of work on this side. There's not too much that needs to be done over here. A little bit of work right here to straighten that up, but they can do all that. And I'm just going to kind of piece it together as I have the money, and so maybe in a couple of years, maybe I might have it all done and painted and all that. So it's going to be a slow process. I also asked him about the vinyl top, and this is the original vinyl top from 1967. Amazingly good condition, but it does need to be replaced. So especially back here, it's hard to see in the dim light, but it's got some cracking and stuff, and there's a little bit of bubbling underneath, not much, but he said it would actually be harder to just remove it and then prepare the metal for painting and painting it. He recommended I just put another vinyl top on it. So I will definitely keep that in mind. And if I do that, then I'm gonna find a place where I can get the original fit where the seam is on the side here instead of way over in here where so many replacement vinyl tops are. And somebody had posted on Facebook at least a year ago or more where they found a place in Washington State that actually makes them properly, and it's like a 6-month lead time. So that's like one of the last steps that'll come with painting and all that. But anyway, and I have a short little driving clip I took while I was driving the car there. I neglected to take any video while I was there at the shop because I was just kind of excited to be talking to somebody that I know can do the work and do a good job. So I might take some pictures this Saturday because he invited me to come to a small little car show he's hosting at his shop on Saturday night this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, just a quick update. Thanks. Headed to Boerne, Texas right now to a body shop. Get some estimates